Hello sir, myself Hossain Kabir, and today me and my group mates are going to give a presentation which topic is two-way traffic light control system. And here my group mates are Fahim Muntasir, Alimun Mahfouz Tushar and Abdul Wajid. This our presentation outline. We have introduction, problem statement, literature review, experimental setup, experimental procedure, experimental results, simulation, discussion, and finally we conclude the conclusion. Okay, to define about digital circuit, we say that an electric circuit is a circuit that utilize Boolean logic to accept and process binary data using transistor. This circuit receive input signals to digital form, and there are two types of circuits: combinational circuits and sequential circuits, which are response to binary forms as a zeros and ones. Logical gates that carry out logical operation including as AND, OR, NOR, NAND, NOR, and XOR gates are used in the construction of their circuits. This format enables the circuit to change between state for exact output. The fundamental purpose of digital circuit system is to address the shortcomings of analog systems, which are slower and may produce inaccurate output data. Combinational circuit, there's a circuit that gives the same output when give the same inputs. It is representing a set of logical functions. And to say about sequential circuit, we can say that it's a combinational circuit with some of the outputs that feedback as inputs. This circuit performs a sequence of operation that is zeros and ones format. While logic 0 represent that the signal is low or GND, and the logic 1 represent the signal is high or connected to BCD supply. Okay, now I'm going to conclude our problem statement of this topic. In a modern city, traffic control system is essential. In a busy city or in a busy highway, traffic move too fast and sometimes it's two-way to traffic road system. Vehicles as well as people need to cross the junctions of roads or change the direction of their way. In a such a situation, we need a system that signals the traffic and temporarily slow down to stop the follow, so that people and vehicle could move and pass the junction easily. So in order to solve this problem, we build a system that follows some combination to follow to decide when will be the three main lights, red, amber and green, will be on and off, and the combination or steps are red plus amber, then it's going to green, then it's gonna be amber its own. After this, the state will be back to red, and this is the problem statement. And to conclude the problem statement, we build the experimental setup procedure and so on. That's for today to me. The other parts will be going to explain or present my other components. Thank you sir, and thank you everybody.
Assalamu alaikum, sir, and thank my previous groupmate for giving me the opportunity to present my part. I am Fahim Muntasir Robai. I discuss about literature review part and experiment setup. In a modern city, traffic control system is essential. In a busy city or in a busy highway, traffic move too fast, and sometimes in a two traffic road system, vehicle as well as people need to cross the junction of roads or change the direction of their way. In such a scenario, we need a system that signals the traffic and temporarily slow down or stop the flow so that people and vehicle could move and pass the junction easily. In various literature, a street traffic control system has been proposed. We also enlist the help of Google to build our system. However, a distinctive feature of this study is that we did not use microcontroller or programmable logic controller to implement the argument. our proposed design architecture can be divided into two simple sections: input unit, display unit. In this slide, we mention our experiment setup. We use breadboard, multisim, AND gate, NOT gate, OR gate, and indicator. Now our next groupmate Alimul Mahfuz Tushar present experimental procedure and experimental details.
For this activity, we look at the output table, the red, amber, and then green. Using the truth table above, we can see that the red LED is only lit for step 0 and 1, and this is the following circumstances: if A equals to 0 and B equals to 0, and A equals to 1 and B equals to 0. But if we look more closely at the table, there is very simple pattern for red indicator, irrespective of what the logic value is for A, and the red indicator only illuminate if B equals to 0. So we are now controlling the red indicator correctly. Next, we move to the amber, and once again we look at the truth table. It would appear that the amber always follows the logic level of A input. This is little trickier as there is only one combination, and we should illuminate the green. That's when A equals to 0 and B equals to 1. But have two choices here. If we are to not the A invert its logic level, A equals to 1 and B equals to 1 would illuminate the green. So we could use NOR gate as an inverter by connecting its two inputs together and feed the output of that plus B into AND gate, and that would give us the correct control for green. Yellow here is considered to B, and red equals A bar, and green is equal to red plus yellow bar.
Assalamu alaikum sir, I am Abdul Wazid. I will discuss about simulation, discussion and conclusion. This is the simulation of our experiment. The simulation is done using multisim. Here we take 2 AND gate, 2 OR gate and 3 NOR gate and connected them via input line. We use LED lamp to verify the output signal. When input 1 and 0, then output red light, then input 0 and 1, output red light and yellow light, then input 1 and 0, then output green light, and input 1 and 1, output is yellow light. Discussion and conclusion. The traffic control system is designed on our lab breadboard and multisim. Making a truth table in the first step entails figuring out its input and output. Next, we created a Boolean equation using a truth table. Finally, we use Boolean algebra to create a logic diagram in our lab breadboard and multisim. Vehicular traffic is managed by a traffic light system. Recent years have seen an increase in the number of vehicles because of everyone's owning various type of vehicles. The majority of them have more than is legally required. Traffic lights are therefore necessary to prevent accident and traffic jams. The upper one is a red light telling the driver to stop at the intersection, and the last one is green allowing the driver to proceed through the intersection. While performing the logic circuit on a breadboard, some difficulties are faced in generating output on step 3. Any of this traffic light solution of course have a problem. The traffic light pattern changes once every second if the oscillator is set of 1 Hz. For driving through the light, that is not much time. When amber is present in the pattern, real traffic light may only stay on read for 1 second. With that, my part comes to an end, and so does our presentation. Thank you, sir.